We are here at 8:30 for our July 27th meeting, which is actually going to be a budget work session meeting with elected officials, department heads as well. But always, we will start off with a prayer and a pledge by Will. So if we will, let's all stand, please. Let us pray. Father, Lord, as we come to you this morning, we just ask for your mercies, Lord, on us. And Father, we just thank you for allowing us to be here in Madison County. Father, we just thank you for the place you allowed us to live and work, Lord. We just thank you for that. But Father, most of all, we just thank you for our department heads, our elected officials, Lord, as they come today and talk about the budget of what they need, Lord, to continue to do their work and the job here in our county. Father, we just thank you and love you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Will?
Yes, sir. Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you, Will. Ms. Lott, you're not on the agenda there, but do you have anything that you'd like to?
No, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Deason, Chris? Y'all first on the agenda?
Good morning. Thank you, Board. I appreciate the opportunity. We've got some exciting news today for you. We are welcoming a new company to Gluckstadt and to Madison County. It's a little over a 100-year-old company. They have about 2,000 employees, and they export to over 40 countries worldwide. And they're opening up their first U.S. manufacturing operations, which is going to be twofold. They're going to begin a brand new manufacturing operation just off Sowell Road on some property that Makita and the county owns together. And they're also going to purchase DBC, which is the existing Purelin company located there in Gluckstadt. That announcement will be forthcoming at 9 a.m. this morning. They'll have 30 new employees averaging about $65,000 a year, and they're going to retain approximately 104 of the existing workforce. So it's a good day with good news. What you have in front of you today are two documents. One is the project coordination agreement, and the other is the fee in lieu agreement. This project is about $70 million. And Mr. Pace, is there anything that you'd like to add with regards to the legal?
No, the only thing I would add, the project cooperation agreement, the county is a party really for just one reason. There is a piece of county road that's being constructed by Makita at Makita's cost for that property. And there's an agreement in the project cooperation agreement for the county to take on that road after it's finished and completed in accordance with county road construction standards as part of the county's public road system. The fee in lieu is 1/3 of ordinary taxes for the new facility, and any new assets added at the existing facility does not apply to any of the existing property at the Gluckstadt facility already at the start of this. But there are two fee in lieu agreements before the board today for consideration. One of those is just between the county and the company. We meet with the city of Gluckstadt next week to present the project to the city and to request that they join the fee in lieu as a participant for city taxes. Of course, we don't know yet if they're going to approve that or not. So we have two forms of a fee in lieu before the board today. One of those is a county-only fee in lieu that we're asking you to approve, but we're also asking you to go ahead and approve the form of a county and city party fee in lieu agreement should the city agree to approve and participate in the project.
Okay, and the investment, the total amount of investment is?
70 million.
70 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to generate revenue of about an additional $125,000 a year to the county as a whole. Right.
Okay. In front of us, board, we have two different agreements you just heard. One.
Correct.
One of them fee in lieu with the county going by itself, and the other one going with the city of Gluckstadt.
And the way the resolution reads, Mr. President, is both agreement, the county-only agreement is approved, but then it provides that if the city approves the county and city agreement, then that's the agreement that would be executed and we would proceed with under the county's authority.
Why wouldn't the city of Gluckstadt not?
We,
Have you gotten any indications that they would
no,
not?
none whatsoever.
Okay,
As a matter of fact, they're all invited to the
Right.
announcement at 9 a.m. this morning, and the majority of the board and the mayor will be
great,
attending.
good deal. All right, do I have a motion? I'll make a motion for approval with the agreement, fee and lieu. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Got a second, discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? And the second agreement is,
PCA.
The project cooperation agreement,
okay, and it's-
which is really just the county's agreement to accept this road after it's
Yeah.
completed.
that's it. All
What,
right.
what road is it?
We're constructing the new road.
Oh, it's.
Yeah, off of
totally
Nissan
new.
Drive, yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty short road though, isn't it?
It is, right now, the road that Makita will construct will basically come off Nissan Drive, go into the east and then head back south, and it'll stop at the property line of,
Yeah.
Greece and Dubuque.
Okay, I'll make a motion for approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second, Supervisor Griffin, discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Good news to start
Yes,
off with
it
this
is.
morning. Okay, Greg?
All this is in District 4, wasn't it?
I don't know. Somewhere in that
We
area.
shouldn't approved it till you got here.
Well, okay, Greg.
All right,
Yes,
Board, next up before you, it's technically item 4 on what passes, I hope, for an agenda in front of you. It is our budget hearings. The paperwork you have behind, or attached to your agenda is the same paperwork we have looked at for the last 4 years. For the most part, it is what they spent in the actual, in this case, 25, what they requested in 26, what the estimateds are in 26. Now, those estimateds are flawed. They assume kind of a linear pathway of expenses, which does not exist. For example, the road department spends a lot more money in the summer because that's when they do all the paving.
Right.
Or, to pick on Mr. Lott a little bit, since he's sitting here, most of his postage goes out in August as a result of the tax sale. So you may look at his postage and not see that he's used very much now, but by the time the tax sale notifications go out, it's gonna be about right. So there are some flaws in the methodology, but it gives you a rough idea kind of where they are this year versus what they asked for, as well as what they have asked for in fiscal year 2027. The schedule is there on the agenda, and first up is Mr. Tim Bryan with County Engineering.
Okay. Greg, before you sit down, I see the millage here is on the engineers, 1.2 mils.
Yes, sir.
Is that using the current millage or?
The current millage is 1.6. It is 1.2 there as a result of some statutory language that requires us to basically look back at the last 10 years and take the lowest. The lowest in the last 10 years in this case for 160, which is bridge and culvert, is 1.2 rather than the 1.6 it has been in the past. So there's a slight haircut there.
But we're using the current millage
For,
to get these numbers.
it is, in this one instance, it is based on the 1.2 instead of the 1.6 because we don't really have much of a choice on this one.
Yeah, okay, good deal. Thank
Yes,
you. Tim?
Greg. There you go. That's what they have in front of them, Tim.
Okay,
And
all right,
what y'all
same
have
thing
in
I
front of
got.
you for Tim's a somewhat abbreviated version of 160.
Okay, yeah, I got the
It
same
didn't make
thing.
sense to do that long spreadsheet for really 4 items. So each of the items are listed in front of you, and Mr. Bryan is able to answer any questions you may have.
Tim, you wanna?
Well,
Would you like to explain what you're asking?
my big items are the bridge repair, sinkhole repair, other contractual services, which includes any items that we need to contract out. That could be anything from curb repair to, items such as paving bridge approaches, and then the striping that we were asked to add in this year, and then, engineering services.
Hey,
And-
Tim, give us a rundown on the tell us this year's budget on sinkholes and what next year's budget's gonna be.
This year's budget, believe is 800,000, and that's what we're asking for this year, or this coming year.
Tim, how much you have on striping?
It's $500,000.
Okay. And what line item is that?
I don't have a number.
Okay.
It is listed separately there. It'll fall into 581, but there is a line item there for striping to the tune of $500,000.
Yes. Okay. So it's listed under 581?
For all intents and purposes, yes, sir.
Okay, good deal, thank you. Tim, also see that you have, $1 million down for asphalt,
That's gonna be Cornelius.
is that correct?
No, I
The
don't
1
think
million
so.
on the next page will be, Mr. Bacon's request for asphalt.
Oh, but you got line 632 is asphalt as well.
Yes, sir, that's gonna be for the road department instead of Tim.
Oh, okay,
Yes, sir, that's gonna be Mr. Bacon's request.
okay, good deal. All right, Tim, you can keep going if you like.
That's all I've got.
Get your bridges.
Oh, did I miss bridges? No, I mentioned bridges. That was the first thing I mentioned, was 3 million for bridges, we've got that in is it a bond?
No,
It's
it's
reg-
bridge fund.
It's bridge
So,
fund?
We've
Okay.
got 12 bridges that need work, and this.
This is gonna get us about,
3.2 is for basically fix 4.
right. We're getting into the bridges now that are the big bridges, like Heindel Road, for instance, is a 19-span bridge, and that's gonna be a $2 million bridge to fix. And in the past, we've requested $800,000 in bridge money, and I can't fix that bridge for $800,000, so, you know, we need a little more now that we're fixing our larger bridges.
Good, you need to.
Tim, just, with your budget, may not have anything to do with budget, but it does, the question I'm gonna ask. Are we, pretty much caught up on our asphalting for this year with your numbers in the budget? In other words, do we have all the roads that we need to be, asphalted now? In other words, we have roads out there that have money to asphalt on now.
Well,
Are
we've
we
got
doing
money
those?
that is held up in the lawsuit that,
So we do not have any other roads?
You talking about in bond money or road money?
Does it any money? It doesn't
well, we've
really
got
matter.
we've got North Old Canton, and we've got 2 roads in, Flora that we've got POs out on
Okay.
that has money allocated towards them outside of the bond money. But, of course, we've got the bond money roads
Yeah,
that we haven't done.
but those 3 roads are the roads that I guess I'm really talking about that's outside of the lawsuit.
Yes, and I spoke
That-
with Ad Camp, and Jason said he was trying to get in touch with you last I talked to him, which was Friday.
He doesn't need to get in touch with me, he just need to go and do them.
Well, I'm just
I mean, that's-
telling you what he said.
That's what needs, and that's the reason I'm asking is because our, year end will be up here soon.
Yes, sir.
You
I
know, and because I know we're looking now, I think, to, send out, bids, you know, for other asphalt, so.
Right, we have term bids coming out very soon. In fact, we have a meeting this week, Wednesday, I believe, to
Yeah,
talk
and
about
so
it.
I know it's coming out soon, and, again, I understand what you're saying, but, they just need to get done.
I understand. I was
Under
just
this
relaying
current-
that message.
Under this current contract.
Yes,
Well, there's I think a couple roads that's left on the bond money, the old bond money, that's not on the lawsuit. That we having problem getting done because we can't, the companies are basically refusing to give us asphalt. So I'm hoping we can put some, in line to solve this going forward, on bids.
I have relayed your message, the board's message, that we get a schedule or that they come before the board at the next board meeting.
That's good right there.
Okay.
If they do not proceed forward.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Any other questions for Tim? All right, Tim, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thanks.
Okay, we have roads. Tornadoes.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
Well, I ain't got a whole lot. I just got a few items that I need to try to get. On the asphalt, I heard you asking about the asphalt. I know we liking, one big road being finished on asphalt for this year. And to the other money, y'all got tied up to go from there. But for us on the road plan, we liking one road being finished, and that Raytown Road.
And that's the name of,
Raytown.
okay.
And for that, we'll be complete with the asphalt beside the money that tied up.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm asking everything else on my, list for the road department. We good on everything, but I need a few items I got on here. I need a knuckle boom truck. I need 8 bush hog mower. I need a backhoe and a small excavator.
8 bush hog mowers, just a bush hog?
Yeah, we bush hog side of the road. See, I didn't get them last year because we didn't have the money to get it, so we just got tractor. So we in dire need for bush hog colors.
How many tractors you got?
8. We got 10 tractors, but we running 8 with the mowers.
What about the sidearm itself, not the tractor? Are they still in pretty good shape?
We need one bad, but I had to limit off on my mouth on the spending on that. But we really need another sidearm because we really ain't got but one running.
Cornelius, how old are the current bush hogs?
They should be going on 4 or 5 years old now. Mr.
Is that kind of a lifespan time?
Yeah, cause they falling apart on us now.
And you say you need a boom truck? How many
Yeah.
boom trucks do we have? 2?
1.5.
Yeah.
How old are they?
One of them should be about 8 years old, and the other one should be about 5 or 6.
Okay.
Well, I
It's
know
just
them-
that, everything's so growing now. We have just twice so much stuff to pick up, and like in certain areas, we only can take one truck over there and get it because it's the smaller truck. The big trucks can't go over there.
What you need, a smaller or bigger truck?
I need a bigger truck, 'cause I can take that small one, work that one area that the big trucks can't go in. I can use them big trucks to go on all the big subdivisions,
Are you leasing anything now, or you purchase everything?
purchase.
And that, what you're asking for is within your budget?
It's $888,000.
That's in equipment?
That's for the equipment.
Yes, sir. And all of that was contemplated as in putting together the road fund.
How long will it take to get the boom truck? If we gave you the money?
Well, I had to check, Mr. Bassett on that, cause the guy said they can make a quick return, but they'll tell you anything when they try to sell you something. So I had to really just beat them down, ask them to turn around, us getting a new truck.
Well, the reason why I'm asking is, because we're right in the middle of hurricane season, so something could happen any week.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
Is they on state contract? I got a great question.
What was that?
Is, the boom truck on state contract?
Probably not. The state contract offerings have dwindled to close to nothing. Last I heard, MAS was actually trying to pick that up and run with it, but it didn't go anywhere. So the state contracts are, for all intents and purposes, non-existent at this point. It's gonna be auctioned.
The roads, second page.
Yeah.
The boom trucks are very important for the county,
Definitely is that.
very important.
Constantly get called by pick up. And then you need those small trucks to go in the subdivision, right?
Especially, no, I need a small truck like Lake Norman, got them low lines, the big trucks can't get in there. They got all down through Lake Norman, they got them low power line, that we had to use the smaller truck to go over there to pick that up. about the only one we really have a problem is Lake Norman
Yeah.
with the lower line. But I can purchase a smaller truck like the one we got. A guy got it ready to go, already on the market to go.
You have any vehicles listed?
No, sir.
Yeah.
I guess a paving machine will last another year.
I think we can get another year out of it.
That's fairly new paving machine though.
Yeah, but it been getting us some blues.
Well, it's
Somebody
not
must
even
bought
more
the wrong brand or something.
It's not even more than 3 years old?
Well, it's
4?
3 years going on 4.
Yeah.
Think you ought to lease the paving machine? Lease it, you wanna lease the paving machine?
Well, Caterpillar, they do lease them, but
Will they maintain it for you?
But, you know, if we can't keep the asphalt flowing, then it don't do us no good leasing it sitting on the yard.
Yeah, you gotta grease those things, clean them.
Oh, we keep it green. It's good. Like I said, we can get by another year or two or so with the paper. We can. I ain't putting in for about the other little stuff I got, and we definitely need it. That's something that we need, especially the boom truck.
Other questions for Cornelius?
Those trimmers that I think we bought a new one last year, bought 1 year before then. You got a team to operate both of them?
Yes, sir.
And you're talking about, when you say trimmers, you're talking about going down side road and
And
clipping
giraffe, the
limbs
long
and-
giraffe. Yes, sir.
and opening up the road itself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's a slow progress, but
Right.
it's moving.
Yeah, but whatever you've been doing, the peoples are proud of it. They see those limbs cut back on the road, they jumping for joy. So just speed them crews up.
Do you have any personnel listed as far as any extra that you currently do not have at this point?
No, sir.
Greg, I meant to ask earlier before we ever started, are raises included in any of these?
Not in the numbers you see before you.
Yeah, well, okay, so apparently some elected officials, department heads may have raises in there, but,
They have requested them, but they were requested separately, so they're independent of these numbers here.
Okay.
I've got that list, but for the purposes of these
Right.
conversations, they are not included.
okay, good deal, thank you. Other questions for Cornelius? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, next is emergency management.
Albert,
Albert, good morning.
all right.
I'm here this morning to ask you all would you accept the budget that's presented before you all? And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them.
Tell us what you're asking for over and beyond what you currently have.
Okay, so I kind of went up a little bit because I'm still on the siren project, in my emergency
What-
management,
What project?
the siren project.
Okay.
For emergency management on that side, and I went in and put in for a vehicle because the two vehicles I have for my employees, they're wearing down, and it's gonna cost more to fix them than probably cost more to fix them. And then I'm already in the process of kind of looking at sirens to be replaced and to not just do away, but try to get some better sirens that'll benefit the county with a lifetime warranty on them, at least 10 years.
What, on siren, do you know right off how many we got the county have out there, not counting city?
Yeah, we have 25.
25. And I think we had talked one time about, is there any way you can replace them all up to update sirens and have them on a lease or swap out every 3 to 5 years or every 8 to 9 years? Is there any program out there like that?
I haven't looked into the program of swapping them, you know, to lease them, but if we do that, we'll be pretty much in the middle of trying to keep them warranted, service, because the sirens now that we have, the current siren owners, they wouldn't be able to service the sirens that we're getting. That I want to get. And those sirens there, I have seen 2 counties that has them in, but they have a 10-year lifetime warranty on them.
10 years.
So
What item number do you have the sirens under?
it's up
919, sir.
up under the 01265.
You have $1 million, 1.1 million?
And that would be to replace.
How many?
And why would you want, are any of them not working now?
We have one that's, it's pretty much dead. We working on it, and that's the one that's on Lauren Road and Highway 51. And we have 2 that's pretty much on this last leg. So they have the one on 51 and Lauren Road is set to where it is operational, but it's going out. And the other ones, sir.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And the other ones, they kind of recycling, doing the same thing that they are giving me. You know, this is the problem with this one, this is the problem with that one. But it's like on a year cycle. And we done paid out more than our actual contract is with the sirens. But, you know, I know that's a big jump to try to, you know, to replace all of them, but it's just something that I just wanted to, you know, look into to try to save us if I could.
Could you not just replace them as they go out?
Yes, but we'll have to go back with the same ones because the newer ones that's coming out, they are different from those. We're different carriers. I said different carriers.
So we can't, when one dies, we can't swap it to the new carrier?
We won't be able to get it serviced. If we do that, we won't be able to get it serviced from
Why
there
would we be able to get the new one serviced?
because it's that whole computer system is different from the
Would you
computer
switch
system.
out the computer system?
If we went to those, we would have to change that.
No, we don't want to go to the old ones when they die, we want to go to the new ones, right?
Yes, sir. And for the
That
price,
seems like the logical thing to do.
yeah, and the price that's with that, that'll cover the computer system and everything that's with it.
Yeah.
But we'll have what? With all of them, one be on a computer system, one computer system, and the other one on another type system?
If we end up replacing one with the new one, it'll end up being like 2.
To what?
I had to have two
But the
systems.
control system is in the same building.
So it'll be
the
2
new
different control systems.
Would sit right beside the old control system, and if somebody needed to set off the sirens manually, they could go here and then go here.
Yes, sir. That's what it had
So
to be.
there would be minimal administration costs there as far as programming.
How old are the current sirens?
We looking at, let me see, 17, coming up on maybe 12 years old.
And what is the lifetime usually on the siren?
They just always have said when they go out.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's,
But the way I did look up, you know, trying to check the life expectancy of them, and then they just like, you can get to 10 years without any of them breaking down. You know, you did pretty good with the sirens.
do we have a warranty on the current ones?
They out. It's all out. The latest ones we bought was like right at 5 years ago, and the warranty's out on those.
So anything break down is out of the county pocket?
Yeah.
What are the cost of the new ones that you're looking for? I'm talking about individually.
Individual, they right at $30,000.
And the cost of the current ones we have, if we went back with that kind?
51.
51,000?
Yes, sir.
So the new ones that you're looking to get is probably almost half.
Yeah,
the cost.
they came in a whole lot cheaper, than the ones that we currently have.
Okay.
Now, they probably gonna go up because, like I said, a lot of people have bought them and they doing pretty good, but when they first came out with them, Rankin County has them, Hines County has them.
What is the difference between the two, the major difference between the two?
So where I get all of my information from with the weather service, with setting them off, the way they are set, wherever that cloud is over whichever part of the county in the siren, it's gonna automatically shoot a notification to me as well as to that siren. So that'll be the two ways with them being set off.
They
So-
will not pick up, are you saying they will?
They will, yes, sir.
They're
So,
more sensitive as far as picking up thunderstorms or tornado?
yes, sir.
activity?
They are based off the National Weather Service.
So are these new sirens, I mean, I don't understand the cost difference here. Are they less robust? Are they not as loud? Do we need more of them to cover the same area? I mean, or are they just, is it service fees with the old ones that make them more expensive than the new ones?
Well, they the same from the research I've done. They just, the carriers that's coming in, they trying to get their product out. And, they made a better deal than the ones that we have. Well, just say the ones, not just Madison County, the ones that everybody else has had as well. And they came out, like I said, they are more computer-based. They've been accurate so far from what I've seen. I talked, like I said, me and the director at Rankin County talked, me and the director at Hines County talked, especially like when I'm up at the office, once the weather rolls through. So, and I have sat in Rankin County doing a class when we was experiencing bad weather, and the way the National Weather Service sent out the plume, and whichever siren it was over.
I think it'd be a good idea to just replace them as they go. $30 a pop every time one goes out seems way better than having to spend $1 million to get them all replaced at once, because then we're retiring useful equipment.
Albert, can you, have the current ones checked and see what kind of shape they're currently in?
Yes, sir.
Could you do that and get back to the board? Because right now, here you say we have 3 that's on the last leg. That's what I'm hearing you say now.
Yes, sir.
If you have them checked, we may have just those 3, or we may have 5 or 8. And then that will give the board a better opportunity to say, yeah, we need to do this. Whether change them all out, or whether change one out at a time, or 5.
Okay. And yes, sir, I will do. And I did get I have a printout of all of them, and that's what me and the guy from Precision kind of went back and forth with, because
You and who now?
the guy from Precision.
Yeah.
So you charge me over $20,000, and we get our sirens checked twice a year. And this is what the contract says, but this is what you're charging me. And if you go back a year later, this is the same thing you said that siren was doing. So it's they kind of recycling the same thing that they're doing. And we've been, for the past 3 years, 3 to 5 years, we've been keeping up with it. Whenever they come in service, we get a report.
Right.
But I make sure that I get you that report, we'll get the board that report.
Yeah, just give it to Greg, and Greg send it out, if you don't mind it, and then that will help the board,
Okay.
see and maybe what you see. Because at this point, I'm not sure, I would agree with Supervisor Brandon to a degree, is I'm not sure I see exactly what you're telling the board maybe with the sirens, that we need to replace them all, when we may have, out of the 25, we may have 15 good ones or 18 good ones.
Okay.
You know that-
I don't want to see about replacing them all now.
Okay,
That was my thought.
okay.
Well, that's what this $1 million is for, to
Yes.
replace them all.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. And so, just help us, see what you're asking for, I guess, regardless who asks.
Okay.
Just see what you're, help us see what you're seeing, sirens.
Okay.
Because, you know, I think you and I've had this conversation,
Yes, sir.
you know, a couple of times, and my thoughts was the same thing as Supervisor Brandon was brought up, is, you know, just replace them one at a time when they do go out.
Or 2 or 3 of them.
2 or 3 at a time, ever how many that's on the last leg.
I'd be happy to approve, you know, 5 of them today, the one that's dead, the 2 that are on the last leg, and
Maybe
2
2 more.
next worst ones.
Yeah, the age them out.
And then replace them as they, you know, come to the board when they don't pass muster, or you have to work on them and get them replaced. You know, if they get a discount for buying 2 or 3, you know, come to us every quarter and say, hey, look, these are my 2 or 3 worst ones, we'd
Yeah.
like to replace them.
That's the way to do it.
But that's, you know, it's good to have possibly the dollars in the budget, but, yeah, just get back with us and see what kind of shape they're in, more than anything else.
Yes, sir.
You know, and that would help us out tremendously on that. And with that being said, if we do not have to replace all 25, does anything else like the maintenance contracts, does that help on that dollar amount at all? Or was that?
It may go up a little bit because we'll be pulling some off, cause that's the price that they got. I think it was like $19,000 what they gave us for the maintenance contract to, service all the sirens. Cause it went from 22 and then they brought it down to 19. But I will check with them, you know, just kinda see, hey, if we had X amount of sirens, what would be our maintenance contract yearly? The cost of it.
Okay, well, yeah, just, you and Greg work together and just, you know, because the day is for informational day.
Yes, sir.
It's not necessarily to make a decision or anything.
Okay.
You know, it's just really for information today, but I think the majority of the board is kind of in favor of taking it 1 at a time, or 5 at a time, or 3. You know, so, okay. Other questions? Okay, thank you, Albert. Anything else you need to let the board know on what you're asking for? Because I think you said you had 2 vehicles in here
Yeah.
as well.
And I put 2 in there, but if I'm gonna try to hold on to one of them for a spare, you know.
Right. Okay, good deal. Thank you, Al.
Well, all right, gentlemen, if you will, flip forward a couple of pages in your book then. There is the E911 request from Albert, but I don't think there's anything that has changed considerably there unless y'all want to talk to him about that one. In other words, he's got a couple more pages if y'all are interested.
And Greg, I know that we talked a little bit about the 911 monies,
Yes.
and could you maybe just share with the board, mind your conversation, if you hadn't already?
I have not. Essentially, if y'all will flip forward a couple of pages in your book there, it says 097-E911. That is the fund out of which we give money to cities for things like dispatching. The revenue on that's 1.3 million. We have to save 30% of it, or the Department of Revenue quits sending it to us, leaving you $910,000 in that fund.
Yeah. You say 30%?
Yes, sir.
Hold back. Now,
Yes,
has
sir.
that been confirmed?
I believe so, yes, sir.
No,
That
I'm
is-
not, yeah, I mean,
It's in the statute, yes, sir.
it's in the statute that we must, because we haven't been doing that.
No, sir.
So
But-
why did that all of a sudden come up this year?
Because Department of Revenue is now giving us the money instead of us just doing what we want with it more than anything else.
Okay.
So now somebody will hold it if we don't, leaving us $910,000 after the required savings.
All right, and what happens to the other 30%?
It sits
It
Is it-
sits where?
in a separate bank account.
Is there a point at which it reaches a certain amount where we can have access to it, or is it solely reserved for, we have to spend it on E911?
We have to spend it on next generation E911, and we have to put back 30% every year from now till kingdom come.
What is next generation E911?
The next generation.
The specifics of it, I'm a little foggy on.
Yeah, that's why I am too.
Suffice it to say, it is the, I don't want to say next generation, it's the latest and greatest version of 911.
I'm sure it involves a lot more technology than the current CAD system.
When was the last, so E911 is, just so I'm clear, so that's the police departments and EMA and everything.
Fire department.
We pay for that, so fire departments do 911, police departments do 911.
Yes, any dispatching, yes, sir.
You do 911, so I know we've bought lots of equipment in that lately. Is there anybody that needs that right now, or when was the last one updated, or what is the oldest one?
Well, the system what the savings are for is for replacing the system as a whole. What we do each year is individual components thereof, and the 30% is for replacing the backbone of it.
Okay.
So the money that y'all give out every year for repeater equipment or consoles or something like that will actually help the information get out to the folks on the road or in the fire station, as the case may
So
be.
how much would it cost for us to replace that backbone?
I'm hoping Albert can say, but I think you're gonna be asking us to lie to you, so let me see if Albert will lie to you.
It'll vary. So.
I mean, a range, is it $1 million, is it $2 million?
You'll be looking at over $1 million.
Over $1 million, so if we save $400,000 a year towards this, we are basically gonna either have to replace this every 3 years or let that money sit?
Correct. That's a
Are
state
are
issue,
you,
not
are
an
you
us
sure
issue.
about that, Greg?
Yes.
Are
It
you
says that-
positive?
Yes,
that-
sir. 30% sits every year. Those
Yeah,
are the
I
rules.
understand the 30%, but what we can actually spend it on,
Yes, sir.
or use it on.
Yes, sir. I am 100% certain. That's what the letter from MEMA and the Department of Revenue said. Yes, sir. I mean, we have to
Yeah,
put
maybe
30%
that's,
back every year. Out of every check we get from the Department of Revenue, 30% goes into a separate bank account. They require evidence of that or they quit sending us the money. Then there is no threshold in that law that says, all right, now you can afford to replace everything, so you can have the rest of it. No, sir, it is 30% from now until the end of time.
So it specifically says it has to go into a separate bank account,
Yes, sir.
not that we as a county can say, hey, if that money is needed, we can get the money through other sources.
No, sir. It's in a separate bank account.
And this just started this year.
Yes, sir. Because they started funneling the money through the Department of Revenue instead of letting the county get the funds from the telecom carriers directly. We used to get checks from C-Spire and checks from Telepac and checks from all these other ones. That no longer happens. They send those checks now to the Department of Revenue, who turns around and sends it back to us.
Okay.
And the Department of Revenue, or MEMA, one of them, requires a bank statement every month on 30% of this going into a separate bank account. They have not left us much wiggle room. Admittedly, I don't think they need a whole bank statement. I'm trying to, and I disagree with them on that, but they're not leaving us any kind of wiggle room on this.
Yeah, and that's the reason I was asking, because, we could show them that where we have the money set aside, in our general funds. We easily could do that, but
Oh,
anyway.
absolutely. It's that the state
It
has
is
not
what it
seen
is.
fit to grant that exception yet.
Yeah.
But y'all can see the request from the cities in front of you
Right.
on the sheet of paper. It outnumbers your available revenue.
Right.
So there are gonna have to be some decisions that'll be made by this board as far as who gets what.
Okay. All right, other questions? Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Albert. All right, talking about new technology, look here.
Yes, indeed. Real quick, I can point out some things that went up a little bit. If you look at the 502 phone service, data network increases. We added another data circuit to the new fire station out there, so that stuff's going up a little bit.
What number are you looking at?
That's 502, went up a little
502.
bit.
Okay.
And if you look, the main thing is look at 544, which is maintenance contracts, and 581, other contractual services. Software goes up every year. The cost of the VMware support, we're increasing our support contract with US Networks, hadn't been increased in 10 years. And those guys do a fine job for us, and Not a whole lot, but it's going up a little bit every month.
Right.
And another important thing is, we look at logs as much as we possibly can, but there are thousands of lines of code in all these logs. If one of my guys runs across something that he needs to draw attention to, he does, but I'm adding some money to other contractual because Pillium Corporation does a lot of work for us on a contract basis, and we always get another set of eyes to look at what we found and make sure we're looking at what we think we're looking at. I'm also putting some money in the budget. There are monitoring services that you can sign up with that will watch your firewall logs and your email logs and all this stuff, and you can set parameters in there for what you want them to look at.
Right.
And they will alert you if they see something in case we miss it. You know, it's, so that's pretty much it on the hardware side. My hardware budget actually went down because we're not replacing desktops this year, but we replaced the AS400 at the sheriff's offices last year. I've got to replace the one here in the Chancery building this next budget year. And also put money in the budget for a new AC unit for the computer room because the one that's there has been there since I've been here for 20 years. And if you ever want to hear some interesting noise, come listen to that AC unit in the computer room. It's still working, but it's on its last leg, I think, and, and guys, that's pretty much it. You know, if you got any questions, we do as good a job as we can of monitoring for email hacks and account takeovers and firewall penetration, and we block a whole lot more than what gets through. You know, one slips through every once in a while, but we're putting things in place to stop those few from getting through. So, don't have any questions, that's it.
Questions for Dwayne? All right, thank you, Dwayne. Justice Court? Good morning.
Good morning.
Doing well, thank you.
Welcome. So today, presenting the budget for Justice Court, basically nothing really changed. We actually had a decrease. Budget last year was $1,431,000, and it decreased to $1,352,000. So not many changes, if any.
Oh,
Any
decrease.
questions?
We like to hear that.
Yeah, I thought so.
Chair, what is the temp labor y'all use?
That's
temp
I
labor?
have a young lady now for the summer.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So she's working out really well. So it helps us do a lot of filing that we may have backlogged.
And I see travel reimbursement.
Yes, yes, sir.
14,000, and I guess it's just for training.
Yes, sir. For conferences and training, and some judges' conferences and training as well.
So that includes the judges as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have software and licenses here as well, so I guess that's,
Yeah, that decreased because last year we went with Delta, and so we allotted like 50,000 for the software license. So we've already paid for the license. So now we're just making sure we pay for the maintenance and the contract, and then updating each month.
questions?
So the decrease is 3%.
Yes, sir.
Love it. Love it.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
y'all. Have a good day.
Take care. Decrease is what we wanna hear. Tell everybody else that.
Yeah. All right, look here, we got the,
You hear that, about that decrease?
Sir?
Do you hear about her budget decrease?
all right, Mr. Lyman, you're up.
How y'all doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Y'all wanna start with my fire? Cause I have like 3 different.
What, I guess the next page we're on is quarter mil
Quarter
fire
mil.
district.
Okay, that's it.
about today is the quarter mil.
That's it? No mosquito? No mosquito control?
No.
Okay. On my, fire budget, I put in a request to hire an assistant, fire coordinator and an assistant building inspector.
What number are you looking under,
It's 402, sir.
okay.
Deputy
One of-
slash
Yes.
staff.
for 87,000?
Well, I want to hire them part-time right now.
And that would, you're asking for a, what now? A deputy?
Right, it's going to be, what I'm wanting to do is, like, we have volunteer firemen, I'm going to build like a paramedic volunteer, because we have a bunch of paramedics that live in the county.
Right.
And, you know, an ambulance sometimes can be delayed responding when I have a medic that lives in that area. So I can build a network of paramedics that can respond to multiple calls in the county. And I need it actually run by a medic who I'm going to hire part-time. And he's also going to help train more medical to our volunteer firemen too. And he'll be assisting general duties too when he's available. And like I said, this would be a part-time position.
And what's the other that you're talking about?
It's a building inspector. On the AWS, they've completed 5 buildings I had to do inspections on, which sometimes require weekend inspections. Those were 5 I got through. Now they have 7 being built right now that have steel up, and they have 5 more that they're working on foundation. So eventually I'm gonna have 12 going at one time. And they call for, I mean, things move fast there. When they call for an inspection, they need it usually within 24 hours so they can continue to the next part of the building phase. And those buildings require several inspections because they start in the center of the building and they finish it and they start building out of the building. So in different steps in those processes on every building, they need a fire inspection before they can carry on.
Who's doing those now?
I am. So, like I said, I come in on some weekends to do them too.
And you're keeping up with them at this point?
Yes. So, it's just me.
What would the person do once the buildings are built?
Well, even when they're not doing inspections there, we have inspections throughout the county. And what we need to also do is do more yearly annual inspections on buildings that are kind of getting missed right now. We can have them on more of a schedule where they go by and do, like cities do annual inspections on commercial. They'd be doing that too. And that would be, well, and what helps me out is under the PERS, they allow retirees to work 80% of the time now. So I can get me a retired fire inspector to come do that part-time.
Okay. Other questions on that item, 4.2? All right, mine or anything else that?
We just completed having all the county fire trucks pump tested. It was 15 trucks. I got in here a request that I want to buy a truck for Camden Fire. Theirs actually failed the inspection, the certification. We can fix it to get it to carry on until we get another truck coming. And I had a reserve truck. It passed the inspection, but it broke right after it passed inspection. Then I got to get work done on it. And both those trucks, or Camden truck turns 20 years this year, and the other reserve truck is just a reserve truck. So.
What item number is that dollar amount under?
915.
Yes.
If you the second page there.
915?
915, yes, sir.
And all that money doesn't come out of here. Some of it comes out of our fire rebate fund.
Yeah.
And we used to get a RIF-TAF, the Rural Fire Truck Grant, but that's pretty much gone away for now. And we probably won't ever see it again. And because they're rewriting it for the poorer counties to get more of it instead of the counties like us to get it. Also, we had 52 air packs tested last week too, and 4 of them failed, but they can be repaired. But the replacement cost on them is $10,000 apiece. So,
What is the request for line item 808?
Valley View Fire Station, that's, some debt that we have outstanding, that we issued for that fire station a few years back.
What
I don't
about
control that.
810? Same?
Same story,
811?
same story, yes, sir.
Okay.
yeah, I don't control those.
And you got other machinery and equipment on line item 919?
Yes, sir. Let me look it up and see actually what I have on that. It's really gonna be the truck,
Which truck?
the Camden fire truck.
Well, I thought you had it on
Yeah,
item 915.
this was a couple of $75,000 items, I don't recall exactly what they were, but the fire truck is 915, 919, I think was Jaws of Life.
I had okay, yeah, that's, let me go to that one.
Heavy
There we
rescue
go.
stuff, and I'm shooting from memory here, so Minor, feel free to jump in, but those were the two big ones.
Yeah, I had those, for, this year that I hadn't purchased yet, the extrication and that I was trying to
You
get
had
for this year.
what for this year? I hadn't understood.
The, Wildland Fire UTV, which is a utility vehicle for off-roading.
Okay.
That skid unit, it's still there because I didn't get it this year. And the extrication that I'm having to go, probably gonna have to go to reverse bid on to get.
$220,000?
Yes, sir, and some of that is also, heavy rescue equipment, buying like battery jaws and stuff for it. And,
For what that?
that heavy rescue truck. And also, speaking of that,
Stop it, because you're getting them mixed up.
okay,
Now, first of all, you said ATV.
right, that would be just for the fire services to have when we have wildfires that go out.
Right.
And cause sometimes you're real way far off the road, you can't get a truck to. And we'd have a water skid mounted on the back of it too, where they can use it for fighting fire too. And it'd float around, going to any part of the county that needed it.
Where would it be housed though? Can't just float.
Yeah, it'll probably wind up being at the new fire station, sitting there, and so it can go anywhere where it's needed.
Did we not have one donated to us a couple or 3 years ago somewhere?
Well,
That we was gonna do the same thing with, that we was gonna be able to float it around?
those are not that I recall. I mean, Southwest Fire, a good while ago, had one donated. And they use it for EMS, like on the bike trails in Ridgeland. But since then, Southwest has purchased an off-road unit that they keep in their district. That's
Maybe that's where
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
right, and it's really nice. And this would be kind of like that, what Southwest has. But like I said, it'd be able to respond anywhere in the county it needed to.
Yeah, okay. Anything else on that 220 that you? that we
Those,
need?
it will be, and a lot of it is, with 75, I had assigned for the heavy rescue to buy equipment for it when it comes up.
For
'Cause
what now?
that heavy rescue truck, I just received a grant from ExxonMobil to spend $10,000 for hazmat equipment for that truck, which will help out a lot.
Anything else on that 200,000?
No, sir.
Just those.
Just those
primarily
three things.
Three things.
Yes, sir, that was it.
That ATV must be very expensive then,
It won't really cost that much.
because all I have now is $75,000 in education classes you wanna go to. So,
Going to college?
Yeah, you got me,
full-time, I guess.
I mean, on the,
College is expensive, but we just need to know the details when we start looking at the budget and.
Right.
In
I
general,
mean,
is all
are-
I'm really trying to get.
so we got extrication equipment, that's gonna be tools going to fire districts.
Tools,
Right, like Jaws of Life. that we're replacing some older jaws of lice on
Well,
county
I say,
trucks.
we have that now, do we not?
Some of it on these older trucks, as we get new trucks, we take the old equipment off and put it on new equipment. And now that equipment
Okay.
needs replacing.
Anything else on that 220 that we need to know?
No, sir, it'd be the heavy rescue equipment, the UTV, and the jaws.
Okay. Anything else, mine? All right, thank you, mine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, buildings and grounds? Are we gonna get, he's here. This is tax assessor?
The assessor is here.
Come on up. Let's see where you are. We can
Got a
flip,
schedule for 10:10, but
we can flip.
figured we could go ahead and
appreciate you being
take care
here.
of this.
Yes, sir.
What's this for, Greg?
Well, the next page is yours, or you can just leave it there. I suspect you know kind of what you asked for. That's just in case somebody needed a refresher.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all today?
Doing great, thank you. We're always doing good when you're working through a budget.
Thank you.
You know how that is.
Straightforward. This may help follow along as we go through it. Separated.
There it is, tax assessor.
All right. I think you have a spreadsheet that Greg, excuse me, provided.
We do.
But I'm going to start with line item category 480, travel and reimbursement. All the other above that, really, I have very little say in any of that. So, let me mute this phone. On travel and reimbursement, we, for 2026, we had $8,000 there, and we're requesting $15,000 for 2027. We had two categories in 26, and we had to move money from one to travel and reimbursement, which was $7,500. We moved it from 556 to 480 to cover some expenses related to that category. Just that pertains to how the expenses are accounted for from the administration office. Training and seminars, we are increasing $1,700. That's our request, from $13,300 to $15,000, and that's just due to our projections, expectations as far as employees traveling for courses and so forth. Postage, no change there, $5,000, and it was $5,000 the previous year. Same with phone service, category 502, it was $10,000. We're requesting $10,000. Drug testing, no change, $250. Legal advertising, no change, remains at $1,000, category 521. Office machine rental, category 533, we're requesting $4,500. That's for the new copiers that's now coming out of our budget. In the past, that was not set up that way. Vehicle repairs, category 542, remain the same, $7,500. Equipment repair, category 543, remains the same at $200. Maintenance contracts, category 544, slight increase from $112,923 to $114,672. That's just due to increases in a few of our contracts, pretty self-explanatory. Category 550, legal fees, $20,000 for 2026. I'm requesting 50 for the 2027 budget, just to have that in there in case we receive some challenges on these more complex structures that we're dealing with on the assessment side.
We always do receive those challenges.
Sir?
I said, we always have challenges.
We do, and some of them are justified, but
Right.
we need to prepare for that, for sure. It's not to say that we'll spend it. Category 556, other professional fees, remains the same at 10,000. Insurance and fidelity bonds, 23,000, so it remains the same as it was in 2026. Dues and subscriptions, slight increase there from 13,000 to 17,000. Other contractual services, we've got a slight decrease there. We are not going to need the tri-state soil testing for 2027 that we needed this current year, so that's a reduction from 22,600 to 18,000. Office supplies remains the same, 20,000. Other supplies and material remains the same at 1,300. Gasoline remains the same at 9,000. Tires for our vehicles, we are asking for an additional $2,000 from 3,000 to 5,000. Tags and inspections remains the same at $48. Uniforms, wearing apparel remains the same at $2,500. Vehicles, we requested one vehicle in 2026. I'm requesting two for 2027. We've got several that we really need to roll out of the fleet. We recently turned one in, a Nissan pickup truck, but we've got 3 or 4 that we really need to plan over the next few years on replacing to keep the fleet up and running. Machinery and equipment remains the same at 15,000, and furniture and office equipment remains the same at 15,000 as it was in 2026. I'll answer any questions you may have.
Mr. Kennedy, I would like to go back up to 410 and just give just a little high overview of.
Where are you?
410.
That's
That's on
mapping
the
and
mapping.
reappraisal staff, so that's gonna be your staff.
That's the staff. Salaries.
Mapping
Okay.
reappraisal staff.
That's why I started with 480,
Yeah,
because all of the insurance and bonding and salaries.
is that anyone new that you have?
Well, I
included?
need to sit down with Greg, and we usually sit down annually on this. I have made, well, we've got one new hire being processed in at the moment, but it was in the budget for the previous year. We had the money there.
Okay, so you're gonna get with Greg.
There is one additional staff member requested by Mr. Kennedy's office, that's a personal property appraiser. It is not included in there, but it was asked for. It's just a question for y'all as to whether or not y'all wish to fund the position.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that is because I know we've had conversations throughout the year. You know, it's just a lot of growth here in the county, and we foresee it continuing to grow.
Right.
You know, just to keep up with what we need to keep up with. And this is in all departments, actually.
It is. As you know, we've seen a lot of growth. We're gonna continue to see a lot of complex, accounts and growth in both personal and real property. The money from the 2026 budget for the new position was budgeted for then, and as we have some turnover, I don't always hire immediately, so.
Right.
I don't think you'll see much of an increase there, if any, but Greg and I can look at that and get you any numbers you need on it. Be glad to do it, but we definitely have to plan properly. I guess I'll say this, one of my challenges right now is office space,
Right.
and where to put the new hires, but we're working hard to make that work and keep
We
things
are.
moving forward the way we need to.
We are working on that, and I think Greg did get some information last week, as far as the new building and, to try to move something forward there as well. But you're right, it's a lot of growth, within the county, so. Questions? Cannon. Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you much.
Thank you, I appreciate you doing this.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, we'll back up to what, buildings and grounds?
See, Mr. Wynn, but you have a couple of elected folks in the back if you would like to start there. And I'll figure out where,
All right, next is election commission.
Election
Back up.
commission. I need to go forward or back?
Go back, I think.
Back.
Back.
Good morning, Mr. President, to all the other board members, Leroy Lacy, Anthony Dent
Morning,
here.
Mr. Leroy.
Is here for our budget projection for our next budget cycle. Is before you there. We pretty much, nothing has really did a lot of changing except for item number 573, election workers, because we put on more precincts from the last election, and because of the number of elections next year that we're going to have, plus this year, we still got November to deal with, and we have our primary next year to deal with, and any possible runoffs. So that's why you see your figure has changed in that particular area. Pretty much everything else is pretty much the same as it was from last budget line, but we have added on 3 more precincts for this next election, so that's going to require a few more poll workers as well. Our ballots have changed a little bit on 607, and the reason being for the extra precincts that we have added on that's going to have ballots for. Our contractor service 581 is the same. Legal fees 550 is the same for 2026, and pretty much everything else is the same except for, if you will, the election cycle 573.
All right, let's back up to conducting elections. The
Which-
150, is that
Which number? Oh, top.
450, I'm
459, yes, sir.
459?
Yes, sir.
Is that, what is that?
When you talk about conduction of election, you're gonna include your trucks, sir. You're gonna include your trucks, you're gonna include your LNA testing for the guys that come in to test all your machines and tablets. Each time you have an election, they've gotta do that.
Okay, so it went from 80 to 150.
Based on the new tablets and the machines, yes, sir. If you look at the invoices that they send to us and y'all guys for running the election, Miss Anita, you'll find out that we are in line for these 3 elections that's going to be in this cycle.
Okay. And the other is rental of the precincts, and that's just paying for the precinct?
Precincts, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
And the other is the election workers fee.
That's the poll workers there. You're talking about 3 elections, possibly, when you deal with the primary, especially next year, you could have state election, you could have possibly runoffs, depends on how many's in the race.
And that's the reason that it almost doubled then?
Yeah,
Is
because,
of the number of elections?
yeah. I mean, you got the governor's race, you got y'all's races, and some of the election commissioner races gonna be there, and you possibly could have runoffs either way.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, questions?
If no
Hey, Mr.
question, we
Leroy.
asked them for approval.
Listen, that's what we're doing today, is looking and asking questions. So,
Yes, sir.
but I mean, it looked like it's, to me, it looked like everything is
Yes, it's in line.
very much in line.
Yes, sir.
You're exactly right, so. All right, if there's not any more questions, we appreciate it.
I got a question for him, not about budget, but, I don't think I heard on how y'all liking y'all new space over there. Is it fitting you all, or what? Too little, too big?
A little too small for what we used to have. As far as stored equipment, we got stuff on top of stuff, or whatever, but we navigating, by the way. That's where we gotta be. That's what we gotta do.
Well, you said you don't have enough Let's do it, David.
For what we have to do, you know, now that they brought the machines when it's time for the tabulation of election, we used to have it at the courthouse, but it's in our space, and the people try to come to, because the public can see it, and we don't have no space for all of that. Because the public just came to the courthouse and they see it and blah, 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 and we don't have no space for that unless y'all approve one of those courtrooms up there, or the judges, because that's where we're gonna have to go when we have these next elections. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it, is to go back up front and use one of those courtrooms so all the people can assemble. Because they be all the way down the hall and everything, and now y'all know we're gonna be on the news because you got so many people from the outside. They're just coming down the hallway.
Let's get that request over to us before November.
Well, y'all need to get that to Miss Anita, because Miss Anita has to get that request because she's the one over those courtrooms. So.
Oh, okay. No, she ain't been in here yet.
But yeah, y'all need to put that question to her because we need that front courtroom up front as soon as you walk in.
All right.
On the
I
primary,
asked that question.
on the primary, they didn't want us to use it, so that's why I said y'all gotta prove that for us to go forward.
Okay,
Forward.
good deal.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Mr. DA? Good morning, y'all come on up.
Hey, what direction I'm going?
I just turned the next page. It was right there at me.
And there is a memorandum from the district attorney's office that is also, it's separate from your packet, but it's there.
Okay, good morning,
Good
Ashley.
morning, how are y'all?
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Hayden Livingston. He is our office administrator over both the Madison and the Rankin offices. He prepared the details of the budget report, but just to quickly go over, I don't believe we have asked for any increases in salary except for one, which is a statutory increase based on years of service. You know, the legislature dictates what the salaries are based on the years that a person has been an attorney, and Ms. Molds has reached her 15-year mark of practicing. So she, under the statute, gets a bump in salary. The only other salary increases that we're asking for are the same that we asked for last year. I know there was a bit of miscommunication or misunderstanding, and that may be on my part. But we had asked and ask again this year that the supplements for the attorneys can, be paid, and that the total salary of the county employees be paid by the county. And I believe there were, the other increases were nominal, if anything, that we had. I'm gonna let Hayden go through any other changes that we had.
Did you say his name is Hayden?
This is Hayden.
Hayden. Good morning, good morning. All right, so as far as salary is concerned, she mentioned all the supplements. There's a little bit of John Chalk's salary that we are paying. We would ask for that and his supplement. Colleen Anderson, we're paying a portion of her salary as well. And if you need those figures, they're not on the memo, but I have them right here if you need those. We're asking for those to be paid.
That's $41,531.
So that's just the supplements, that's not everything. So everything altogether is $58,756.98. $58,756.98. It's everything, that's salaries, supplements, everything that we pay, that we're asking. Outside of that, non-salary, our budget's gonna go up a little over 10 this year. Rent's going up 8, and then we're kind of moving some money around. We asked for $20,000 for computers last year. We reduced that to 5, but we're asking for 20 for legal research software, which would be LexisNexis or Westlaw. I think everything else is the same.
Hayden, where's the money coming currently to pay Colleen and John and where's the money currently coming from?
So fees that we collect, whether it be investigative fees, pretrial fees, those types of things.
And unfortunately, if I can step in real quick, we have a very limited amount of money that comes in through pretrial. Pretrial is a program that we put criminal defendants on, and we supervise them, we help them get their GED, and at the end, we dismiss and expunge their arrest and the indictment so that they get a fresh, clean start. And what we use those fees for, is we'd like to use those for law enforcement training, law enforcement supplies. In the past, we've bought bulletproof vests, we've bought computers, down to Gluckstadt Police Department, when they started, they needed staplers and printers, and we try to help supply that. But as y'all know, because you run a budget too, there's only so much water in the well, and we'd like to ask your assistance in paying this amount for our salary so that we can pass that cost on to some of our law enforcement agencies to help them buy the supplies and the training, and whatever else they may need through the year that their local budgets don't cover.
Right, yeah, and help me understand again, how did this dollar amount start? I mean, how did y'all start paying for it, or why did y'all start?
Sure, the supplements are statutory. The legislature says that each ADA is entitled up to a $6,000 supplement. And so that's what we've asked for each ADA. And then the salaries were increases that we approved for services well done, to make them commiserate with our Rankin County offices, of the same position. So Colleen is our Victims Assistance Coordinator. She is the one who was the liaison for all the victims in Madison County. And in attempting to make the salaries equal between the two counties, we did give her a small raise, I think 2 or 3 years ago. That raise was never funded by the board, and so we're just asking once again that they fund that salary, and it's 100% for what she's getting paid.
So the first salary is dictated by the state? Did I hear that?
So the supplements are dictated by the state, and ADA salaries.
Did they not pay the supplements?
The state does not pay for the supplements. They just allow them to be given, just like a Victims Assistance Coordinator. They basically say every county and every district needs one, but we're not going to pay for it, which is very unhelpful, but that's where we're at.
Kind of unfunded mandate?
I wouldn't say it's a mandate, but they do say how many you can have, and obviously we can't do our jobs without a Victims Assistance Coordinator, because victims are a huge part of what we deal with every day.
Yeah. Okay. And I do believe, I think the last time y'all was here, a couple of 3 weeks, or maybe a month or so ago, the new monies kick in that I think y'all definitely had a huge role in getting from the state, as well. So that kicks in, what, this year?
Are you talking about the new 3 state slots?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So we did receive 3 new state-funded slots. We elected not to pre-allocate those to anyone because they're not here yet, and I don't think that that's prudent to start assuming money that's not been given to you yet. So we created this budget as if there was going to be no new state slots. Obviously, those span the circuit, so those would be allocated between Madison and Rankin, and they would start January 1st, and we would obviously have to look at everything that's coming in, everything that's going out, and allocate those as to where the most immediate need is. But yes, there are 3 state-funded slots that will be available January 1st.
Okay. Questions? And again, we appreciate y'all's help leading the charge in getting those extra employees, those, slots that you said that it's not within the budget. But,
Sure.
Appreciate that as well. Questions? If not, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bubba, good seeing you.
Good to see y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we'll go back up to buildings and grounds.
We're going back.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Wynn. Find where you are. Here we go.
Where we at?
All right, Wynn, tell us what you'd like for us to hear and know.
Well, given the circumstances that I was hired in November of last year, not offering any excuses, but there was a lot of work to be done on the budget because I think, the budget was worked on by Greg, last year. And, I did the best I could under this budget because it's something that I haven't done before to this magnitude. But however, there are some things that we need, such as vehicles. You have several vehicles that in the 200,000 mileage, and the one that, for instance, the one that Terry has is a 2017 Dodge Ram, and 6-cylinder, transmission leaking, motor leaking, and the mowers that we have on the back pulling on the trailer weigh way more than the truck weighed, and it wasn't designed to pull that amount of weight. And the truck that Terrence has is knocking, leaking oil. Is a hand-me-down from another department. The one that Charles has is a hand-me-down. It has 227,000 miles. Terrence has a 2017, and he got 217,000 miles. Like I say, Terry, he got one with 148,000 miles, but I mean, you can see these pictures here.
Seem like we got the service side of it.
Man, there's some good-looking mowers on there, though. That's what I'm seeing more than I am anything else. Those good-looking mowers.
So you can't get up over 40 miles per hour before it starts waving. It's dangerous. They hit brakes.
So the mower push the truck.
Right.
Like I say, Terrence.
More of a safety issue.
It's more of a safety issue. And most of these trucks been passed down from other departments to this department where they already been rolled hard and put up wet anyway. So we asked them to a budget to purchase 4 vehicles. Kevin got a 2017 Nissan, and it is front end about to fall from under it, and the air conditioning is gone.
How many are you asking for?
I'm asking for 4.
What number is that under?
915.
Vehicles.
915?
Yes, sir. Total of 222, 430.
950.
So you're asking for 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we was looking at the hiring of personnel. The reason why I have 4 in there, you got Eric, where we move Kevin from the buildings and ground maintenance to the parks to help Eric out. And over half of the time he used inmates, but the other half of the time the inmates not able to come out because they have done something to violate the policies. And so they would shut the inmates down where we couldn't use trustees. So we relying on trustee most of the time. You're not gonna get what you normally would get out of somebody that you hire. So actually, Eric been increased in workload, and you only have, like I say, is Kevin. So I'd like to add another person there, so we will have 3. So if you got 2 and 1 sick, you still back down to 1. And if you're relying on trustees, it's not a pretty reliable source, because if one do something, it's not the one that we have, but if one person do something at the trustee program, that means they will shut the whole program down. So I need another one to help Eric, and I need another one to help Terry out at Suffolk Spring, even though we just hired one guy, but he was already budgeted to be hired. So there will leave 2, and you see the magnitude of that park. Just one park, Suffolk Spring, is kind of hard on just one person. Now we got 2 that help, but I would like to have 3 to, not just to say I would like to have it just to have it, because we need that to maintain the park at the status that we wanted to have the appearance that Madison County deserve, and that south end and north end, you can't tell any different from the north and south because we got it looking, up to par. So we need at least 3 out there to keep from working one man, too much or 2. So I think we'd be pretty justifiable in getting, another man for Terry. And back to the other two guys, you have James is on the limited, restricted work, I guess, due to his health reasons. So he mainly in the shop. So they eliminate one person you have working. So we have Charles deal with the construction part of Madison County for his buildings and ground, building cabinets and doors and other things of that nature, and painting. Then you have Dion. Dion he kind of move around with Charles to help Charles out, but sometimes we have him up here changing faucets and sinks and things of that nature. We have Josh.
I think we kind of get the picture.
Yeah, I just want to lay it out.
We don't need to go, the day is really about the budget.
Okay, well, that is the reason for that budget,
Yeah, okay, and.
for that line item.
Yeah, I want to back up a little bit. On item 510, utilities, explain to me, or explain to us, the 500,000.
510.
What does that utilities cover?
I would need to look at that. Was it budgeted in last year already? Is it just a carry-on item?
Yeah, it was an average around 500,000 last year. I just didn't know what utilities come out of y'all's budget.
So that'd be something Greg would need to explain, because it's a carry-on. I just moved
Greg.
on over.
Yeah, it's our CMU bills, our Entergy bills, our East Madison Water Association bills. It is the utilities for your buildings as the supervisor.
For all of the buildings?
Correct.
Okay.
With the exception of, I believe, the jail. The jail gets to pay their own because we get to work that back into the reimbursement request for the feds.
Okay.
But the rest of them that we don't push off to the feds, just pay them out of here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have to pay them somewhere.
Sure.
So,
CMU would get very mad if we didn't.
Yeah, that's right. And the other is item, number 544, maintenance contracts, 500,000 again.
That's a carry-on from the last budget year?
Well, you carried it on again, 500,000, 510,000.
So I didn't want to cut it out or didn't want to add it in because I wasn't sure about all your building repairs that you all have and under construction. I didn't know what you had in there for 500,000.
I don't either, but if you will, you and Greg.
I've got a specific list tied to the request, and I can get that list over to you. It spells out individual contracts. Specialties, one of them, and there's a few others, but I can send you that list, yeah.
Okay, and the other one is 556, other professional fees and services, 400,000.
What is it?
Other professional fees and services.
Is that a carry-on, Greg, from 2025?
Don't know, but most of your 556, there's gonna be your architects, your reimbursable expenses for soil testing and all.
Yeah, that's $400,000.
Yes, sir.
I mean, did we do a lot of that in this department?
Well, for all of the building projects across the county, that's where it comes from, yes.
So it comes, okay, same thing kind of like the utilities.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, sir. This
Same
is kind
thing.
of, buildings and
Okay.
grounds is kind of the repository for things that I can
Yeah.
allocate on a, department by department basis.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Other questions for, Chief Wynn? All right, Chief, anything else you'd like for us to know?
No, we're gonna address the raises or you all decided about?
I think you and Greg is gonna do that.
Yep, I've got the list, again, all of the raise requests are on a list, and I can get that list to you.
Well, you're gonna do
continue
that
those
with
discussions.
everybody, I think.
Oh, absolutely, yes, you as a board, all of y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
talking about from each
Oh, yeah,
department.
yeah, I've got them all compiled, yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I do want to just throw out, our landscaping is lacking.
Yes,
Big improvement since you come on board,
yes, sir.
but we're gonna have to carry it to the next 2 levels, you know, cause we're having some, new buildings built, new areas, and, you know, we just gotta keep our landscaping up. I mean, we need to be an example wherever we are,
Yeah.
you know.
My suggestion is this, is we contract the landscaping separate from the lawn, because landscaping is not like you need to do it every month, every 2 months or whatever. It's just the maintenance part of it. Once we,
Do you have that in the budget?
I think, yes, I think we do.
We need to know, Greg, if you will, y'all work together on this thing, cause our landscaping needs to, it needs to improve. And I'm talking about everywhere.
Around the building or where?
Yeah, buildings, every building that we have, we need to be an example for Madison County with
Yeah.
our landscaping.
I understand.
I mean, we need to,
I mean, we put out the pine straws and do the cutting edge mowing and weeding, but what you're saying, we need the appearance of, your flowers and
That's
different
right.
things of that nature, but, you know,
That's right.
as far as the pine straws and all that, we up on that and trimming the, hedges.
Flowers sound like we need to contract it out.
Probably so. I don't
Yeah.
have the
Unless
answer.
you got somebody got a green thumb.
No, you got to have that horticulture license, so that's what we need. And the landscaping, you know, I think we need to separate both those.
Yeah.
You and Greg get, you know, y'all work on that together and get something back to the board
Yes, sir.
to that, cause we need to improve on our landscaping.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Other questions? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
I think that's everybody but circuit clerk, chancery clerk, and sheriff, correct?
Ronnie?
That's it. Ronnie, you up?
Ronnie Lott.
Let's see where we can find you on here. You probably you probably have a decrease too, right?
I didn't ask for anything different.
You didn't actually, you had a decrease last year.
Yes, sir.
You sure did.
So the same decreases this year.
He going up.
No, he said he didn't go up this time.
It should
Pardon?
be relatively consistent.
Yeah.
Social Security up a little bit, but I can't help that. Everything else is 0% increase.
Ronnie, how much money did you give back to the county last year?
You remember that, Greg?
Not enough.
40,000 bucks?
Yeah, I
or
think so.
something?
Something like that.
Give or take?
So,
You're a good man, Ronnie.
I didn't spend enough.
Yeah.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
They try to get 60.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, you spend.
Hope you'll enjoy some this year too.
Are there anything that we need to really look at? Because your budget is pretty simple.
No, sir, everything is,
It's
basically as it was last.
310,000 and same as it was last year.
Yes, sir.
And it was, like I said, I think it decreased last year, year before last, one to the other. So,
Any questions?
I can take a break.
Not for me.
When no
Thank
Ronnie.
you.
appreciate it.
Good job, Ronnie. Good job.
I tried. I've been practicing this.
Yeah, okay, Ronnie, enough said. All right, who else is here? Anybody?
Anita should be on her way. I'm texting the sheriff right now. There is one last one there in the back page of your, budget book that I'm gonna mention, just so it's on film. I don't really care if anybody.
Let's take a
pays
5-minute
attention.
break.
That'll work too.
Wayne, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. 8-minute break.
Makes me
What
feel
about the
good.
tax collector?
He texted that he is having car trouble on his way back from out of state and would be unable to make it today.
We just take all his budget, divide it up.
Sounds to me like the number is 0, yes.
All right,
Live.
thank you, Wayne. Okay, we have Anita, circuit clerk.
The circuit clerk.
Come on in, Anita.
How are y'all
Appreciate
this
you being
morning?
here with us this morning.
Well, I'd say thank you for asking, but I hate budget time. Okay, if you happen to see an increase in any line item that I have, it's because I went back to my May current budget and looked at it, and if there was something that was like had an overage in it, that's why I increased it. And The only thing I can think of is because I have 2 offices now. And, like with, for instance, the machine rentals, I have 3 copy machines now. Of course, there's the postage machine as well. The only thing that I went and increased was for the other machinery and equipment. And the reason I did that was because I am contemplating, when we move back to the new building, getting printers, updating my printers, and making sure that all the girls have dual monitors on their computer. But that's it. What questions you have for me? And I did go down, I did decrease some line items. Because I did see that, like my office supplies, I did not use that much in office supplies. That was in my budget last year.
And they don't, item 405 has attorneys. What is that?
405?
Yes.
Those attorneys, that's just for my,
That's gonna be your public defenders.
okay.
Okay,
All
thank
of
you.
them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all
Good deal.
your public defenders for circuit court there.
You gonna give them a decrease in pay?
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Sounds
They
great
lost
to
a
me.
position along the way
Yeah.
that happened. There may be a position that gets picked up, but those are set by court order.
Right.
So it should be similar in terms of number of positions.
And attending court on 454, what is that? Is that,
That is, it's what they budget. It's how my fees are paid through the judges, through the,
For her and her person going to court,
yes,
being in the courtroom.
right.
okay.
And it went down 68,000.
Yeah, both of them went down.
We building a new courthouse.
We're saving a little money by not having court as often.
Oh, yeah.
Let me talk about the new court space, which we expect to be in it by this time next year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This
The
time.
schedule says technically April of 2027, but I don't believe them. It'd be a little later than that.
Well, I do. I think they're gonna stay on time. In fact,
I hope so.
they may be ahead of time. But hopefully 12 months anyway, 14.
Okay.
Does this budget include what you need for your new offices?
The only thing I included was, like I said, the office machine, like the printers and but I don't know.
Are you gonna need anything else
I
that's
don't
not
think so.
included that you
No,
know of
I
today?
don't think
No.
so.
Furniture and everything is included on the project side of it rather than the individual department budget,
Yes.
so that they don't have to worry about it.
There just won't be any big surprises when we move in.
No,
And I guess the judges are the same way?
Correct.
It's all built in.
Correct. And
On the
the intent
remodel.
with that, sorry, go ahead, sir.
It's built in on the remodeling.
Yes, sir. And the intent is pretty much for them to just walk into a brand-new office. The furniture and stuff they have, they can keep it if they want it, but
Right.
they're gonna have the option of just packing up and moving their personal effects into their brand-new offices.
Okay.
Okay.
And I know, Greg, we just got through with the house and grounds, but have we done anything with the landscaping around the new courthouse at this point? I mean, is that built in the remodeling?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All of that is gonna be tied to the project rather than the buildings and grounds budget. Yes, sir. Everything, the idea is for everything related to that project to be budgeted there.
Okay.
Every single bit of it.
Okay. Anything for Anita?
Okay, well, that
Thanks,
was pretty
ma'am.
easy. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Okay. We will, the sheriff is right behind you. So, all right, Sheriff, you're right on time. You and the undersheriff there, just come on, step on up.
All right.
It's got the school district in there and it's got the reimbursement at the bottom. Somewhere in here. It's okay, yeah, it's 11 million total, so yes.
Any questions?
Good start.
And looking at the budget for this year, our submission, is, again, it's pretty self-explanatory. There were a few items that we had to increase this year just because of, the rising cost of goods. I mean, that's something we can't avoid, but, there are some decreases and some increases. If there's any specific question you want me to address, I'll be glad to do that. This number does include the reimbursement for our school district contract for our resource officers, which is just under $1 million. It's about $800,000 that is reimbursed out of this budget figure to the county.
And that comes from?
That comes from the school district. It's paid through the county, and that goes toward their retirement, it affects our insurance, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. Our social security match and all of that.
Sorry.
It affects all of that, all of those numbers as far as payroll goes, to run it through there.
And how many employees, just for information purposes, how many employees does that consist of as far as security at the schools that your office provide? Do you recall? Jeremy, be thinking about that.
I don't know the
the
exact number. It's 8 schools.
And these are schools that
Outside of municipal limits. These are just county jurisdiction schools, that we are responsible for. The municipalities handle those officers that are assigned to those schools within the city limits.
And so it's one per school, most likely?
Sometimes two.
Sometimes 2.
Okay.
Of course, you've got a high school, you've got an elementary and a middle school, depending on which
Yeah.
part of the county that you're in. But they all of our county schools now have at least one.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Gotta have.
And
Ain't no doubt. Got
Two
to
that I
have.
go to, I see them all the time.
They keep an eye on you.
I tell you what,
regardless.
those teachers love it. Teachers and administrators love it.
Hey, it's
Well,
needed.
yeah.
It's
Well,
needed nowadays.
The community even like it, like when they pass them by, see a sheriff's deputy,
That's right.
at the school, make them feel a little safer on wherever they at.
Well, they are safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. And another figure that you'll see increased on here is our vehicle for this year. This is our 3rd year. You know, every 3rd year, that number is a little bit higher because we replace a 1/3 of that fleet every year. And it's generally around $700,000. So you'll see that figure's around $1 million this year.
Right.
This is that 3rd year where, you know, we replace a 1/3, and then on that 3rd year, there's an odd number there. So that includes investigators' vehicles and what have you. So that number is incorporated in with that. So we're on that 3rd year, which made that number go up just a little bit. Fuel cost, everybody knows about the fuel cost. That is a evolving target, and it's gonna be all year. That is our best guess estimate of what we're looking at. It may be less, it may be more, depending on Iran, I don't know.
Right.
I'm trying to hit these high numbers here.
You have repair parts, $200. I mean, that's about the lowest that we've seen in 12 years. In any.
Well,
Some zero missing off that too.
no, actually, we're trying to combine some of these line items into a single line item, to get that. We're trying to downsize the size of this budget as far as line items to cover a lot of things. You've got maintenance repairs, you've got radio repairs, I mean, you've got a lot of different repairs, but there are certain things that just aren't covered under that. And that would be like little miscellaneous things, fasteners and stuff like that we just can't cover under those other contracts. So it's minimal, but,
Chief, what is the 805, Sheriff? the lease purchase principal, is that just,
Which one, 805 you said?
yes, sir.
I gotta find 805.
I'm gonna have to look at that one, I'm not entirely certain.
Lease purchase principal.
What is that, Jeremy?
It was not included in our budget, I don't know what that is.
Where,
I'm going
where,
to look at that a little more closely, there's something to it, because we spent 940 grand on it.
It is, it's,
So,
it's just for
I'm-
information
it's-
purposes.
Yeah, it's something we did a while back, I'm just not entirely certain what it is, and I'm sorry about that, that's my fault.
I don't see that. Where is that?
The second page.
I know what happened here. This is the second page of the road department, my page has got out of order. I couldn't find the second page of the road.
Oh, that road
This is
department?
the second page of the road
That's
department.
not us.
That explains just
I would
so
know
much
if it
more
was
as
$1
to
million.
why I could not.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that also is why you couldn't quite follow along on the road department stuff. That lease purchase principle is the, trucks we bought 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Dump truck, yeah.
Yes, sir.
If I couldn't explain $1 million, I'd expect questions.
Yeah, that's,
I understand.
there's a reason
if
why.
it's out of
It's
order.
not on y'all's, it's not on y'all's, cause it doesn't need to be.
And it's not anything at the top of the page, so I just assumed.
It
that
should,
Bob-
yeah.
I've got mine right here.
Yeah, no, he's not trying to pay for the road
Well,
trucks, I don't
where's
believe.
the rest of the sheriff's budget?
Well,
then?
therein lies a bit of an issue. I think I need to go print a second page that I'm missing, unfortunately.
That's okay, we're
I am
gonna get
so
together
sorry.
later on anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
Got another copy.
Yeah, I think we got the detention center.
Yeah, cut detention center here.
Yeah, detention center's right.
All right, this is
That is-
this is what I'm looking for. This is, the total budget of yours is a little over 11 million then.
Yes, sir.
A little over $11 million.
11 and a half.
Yeah.
That
11 and a half of the
include
total
the
budget.
detention center?
It does not.
Do not.
Your detention center's a separate 8.3 roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, 200 and 220.
And your vehicle repair, I may have it wrong here.
Yeah, let me go print the second page of the sheriff's one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a different number in the vehicle repairs, but not, I mean, it's 50,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at the vehicle repairs. That's 542.
I'm sorry, not the vehicle repair, the vehicles in general.
Yeah, that was, this is that third year.
Yeah, it's still over $1 million, which on our sheet here, the numbers doesn't match up. But I may be looking at something, two different numbers, two different lines.
Third year, you gonna be rotating out, what, 10, 12 vehicles?
14, I think,
14.
14 or 16, I don't remember exactly how many we ordered.
Yeah,
You'll see,
whatever
you'll
it is,
see,
that's what it is.
last year, it was 755, and this year it's right at a little over, just over $1 million, $1,070,000.
Only thing I'm saying is your number that you give me and what Greg has here are two different numbers. That's all, and Greg, you and Greg can work on that. You know,
Okay.
it's about 50,000, 60,000 difference.
Okay.
If,
So, Sheriff, last year we had, I don't remember if it was under you or under detention center, we had, $5 million in the budget for, your jail renovations, but for reasons, beyond our control, that revenue stream didn't make.
Correct.
I don't see, that in our budget again.
Correct.
I mean, we have $6 million coming from Amazon in January. It seems to me like the no-brainer here is to take $5 million of that and put it in your budget for your jail renovations, because our jail is on borderline gonna be sanctioned if we don't get some improvements in it real soon.
Well, I don't know that we're gonna be sanctioned. This is,
That may not be the
some of this is repairs that
Yeah.
were requested,
Yeah.
that we make, under our federal contracts, which, we're renewing at a higher rate.
Yeah.
We wanna renew these contracts. These are some of the things we're asking be addressed.
Okay.
But to answer your question, I don't know that you can budget in one fiscal year for an upcoming year that money has not been allocated or received yet.
Okay.
So I think that's probably the reason, and I think that's the reason I was before you 3 or 4 board meetings ago asking for us to look at that when the funding came available.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that,
So
when those funds are available, or if the county, sees fit to go ahead and fund that and reimburse it, whatever fund we get that from through those funds, I think that's a great idea.
I think that's probably the most prudent thing we need to do. We've already put it in there once. I don't see why we can't put it again, only this time with a known funding source.
I think it'd be great.
Hopefully and I'm gonna use the word remodeling, hopefully it will get started sometimes January, February, first quarter anyway, of 2027.
Right.
Hopefully it'll get started and hopefully it'll end in 2027 with the finish as well.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be, I think that would excite.
Much needed and, much needed upgrade as we understand,
Right.
so.
And also on the detention budget, I just wanted to point out that some of those repairs in that detention budget that you see are from the simple fact that some of the building repairs, like the air conditioning and things like that, that used to be under the buildings and grounds budget is now coming out of the sheriff's department's budget. So I think some of those funds were diverted to the sheriff's department budget, which is why that number has increased as well, so.
I didn't see a decrease in his budget.
I'm just explaining my budget.
That's a good answer there. Okay. Any other questions from the sheriff?
Thank you. All right, got the right page in there.
Yeah, it's a little different reading. You couldn't keep up.
It makes a lot more sense when you're actually looking at the right numbers, I promise.
That's okay. All right, Sheriff, I think, any other questions for the sheriff? If not, appreciate you.
Thank you all.
Greg, you wanna?
Yeah, there's
Come
one
in.
budget I would like to mention and a couple of just bills I'd like to pay, if that's okay.
Are there anything with the budget?
There is one with the budget I'd like to mention.
Let's go ahead and take the
Oh,
budget
absolutely,
out.
yes, sir. So the last page in your book there is the mental health court budget. The mental health court budget is where we used to pay that contract with Region 8.
Yes.
That Region 8 contract was $200,000 a year. Around this time last year, I stood in front of y'all, told y'all we'd save a considerable amount of money by canceling that contract. That has proven to be correct, which I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised by. Wasn't quite sure, but it worked. We are on pace this year to save about $140,000 in mental health costs as a result of canceling that contract. But there is still $200,000 in that budget because I cannot tell you how much we're gonna pay in terms of medical fees next year. So it's there just to cover it, but we are saving a considerable amount of money this way. 140 grand is a pretty good day at the office. So just wanted to bring the mental health court budget to y'all's attention. That's the only one. If y'all have any other questions about the budget, I'm happy to answer any or all of them as the case may be.
And we haven't heard any complaints at all since we made that move.
No, sir. Ms. Permenter deals with that side of the house more regularly than I do, but I have not heard anything.
That's, thank you for
Between Mr. Lott's office and Mr. Timmy Pickett, they seem to have
contract with
everything under control and in a good spot.
Well, there was money there that been spent over the years that shouldn't have been actually, for no extra benefit for the county.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, thank you
That
for
was
that.
put together, long time ago.
Yep.
Before my time.
Oh, okay, so we did manage to save a little money there, and that's it from the budget, unless y'all have anything in particular that I need to discuss.
Let us know when, what is the date that you're gonna have the budget in front of the board?
August 3rd, week from today, will be the, hopefully permission to advertise the public hearing at the first meeting in September and all of that fun stuff.
And advertisement has to go for 3 weeks
believe that to be the case, yes, sir. Well, historically, we've done it at the first meeting in August, advertise it till the first meeting in September, have the hearing at the first meeting in September, adopt everything, and off we go.
I would say this to the board, that we went over, or we heard the department heads and elected officials today, and if there's some things in there that you have concerns about, I would ask them to get with you this week. Because if we're gonna have it in front of us at the next meeting, we need to have it in front either for discussion or to say, this is the way it is,
Yes, sir.
one way or the other, so. Okay, thank you, Greg.
The tax collector, he's not here, so.
Tax
Yes.
collector is not here.
He
We
did
didn't go through it,
apologize.
so-
I know kind of the short version of his. There was one vehicle, $30,000 sedan. There were 2 new employees and 11 classes were kind of the big nuggets of that budget. But without looking back through it, that's what stood out to me.
Let's just give him last year's budget.
If y'all want to go that route, I'm okay with that as well. He did offer to meet with the board individually or come to the next meeting to present it.
I'm not available.
That would be entirely up to this board
Kinda hard, but
how they want to proceed.
He did put in a budget, and the budget's in front of us, and if we have any concerns, we can give him a call.
Absolutely.
That'd be the best way, I think, to leave that, so. Sure. All right.
So I believe that's it for the budget.
Anything else from the budget, from the board on the budget?
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Sure thing, and if we're on to the next one, I
We
have
are.
just a couple of housekeeping items, some bills from the Association of Supervisors, cyber insurance bill, and a personnel form that I'm asking this board to approve. Personnel forms to hire a replacement so we can mow the grass, Mr. Griffin, and the bills are just ones, particularly cyber insurance and the Mass at Risk conference are ones that I kind of like to go ahead and get out, that's all.
Okay.
Motion on.
Got a motion Supervisor Griffin, do I have a second? Second Supervisor Banks, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed?
Okay, that's it for me.
All right, anybody, anything else from board member? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn for, August the 3rd?
Motion.
Got a motion Supervisor Brandon, do I have a second?
Second.
Second Supervisor Baxter, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Good job.
Aye, all
guys.
opposed? That was a good job.